Good morning. It's about 6:30 right now. I woke up maybe around 5 o'clock actually, kind of naturally, which is not normal for me. I feel like I slept pretty well. I can now hear all of maybe around a little before 6, I could smell the coffee being brewed because the kitchen is right behind my room here. Now I can hear and smell bacon, and it kind of smells like potatoes or something being cooked. So we're gonna get a good breakfast. And then Lucky is going to shuttle us to Neal's Gap, and we will slack pack 11 miles back to Woody Gap. So I really, really needed this today. And I think we're actually, after talking to him a little bit more, I mean, I knew my pack was really heavy to begin with, at least for me to carry. So after talking to him, I'm reconsidering some of my gear and reconsidering maybe staying in hostels a little more often and slack packing a little more often. And there's a few reasons for that, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as we get out there. But if I remember, I'll show you guys breakfast and heading out this morning. But yeah, if not, if I get to talking to people, I guess I'll just see you out on the trail. Look at that.
And it stayed on the ground for like 3 or 4 days, and that never.
The AT's running on that ridge up there.
It's just, no.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's beautiful.
Oh. Yeah, thank God I'm not carrying my pack in its current state.
Yeah. I'm gonna drive you almost.
So when I'm going uphill, my heart rate really starts to spike, which I know is normal for most people. But once my heart rate hits about 145, my throat starts to close a little bit. I get some swelling and I start having a really hard time breathing. And as we've been going on the uphills, it has been around 170, my heart rate. And I can't seem to get it down below 150. If we stop and take a break and then go on a flat area, I can get it down to like 130 or 140. Which is a good testament to all the better shape I'm in right now. So if there is any advice I can give anyone with my vast experience of 4 days on the trail now, it's don't let yourself get out of shape before you get on the trail. With that, my heart rate being so high, I've noticed I feel like I can keep going, but my legs won't keep going. And at that point, when your heart rate's at 160, 170, your body really can only produce is really only using simple sugars. So I just don't have enough candy and things to keep me going with that. And I don't want that to be what keeps me going. In addition to that, my feet and ankles are really, really struggling. I'm going to be honest with you. Yesterday, when I woke up, I was questioning, I said I was going to do this hike. I've told everybody I'm doing this hike. And I put it out there. I don't know if I can keep going. I don't know if my feet and ankles can keep going. Am I going to have to embarrass myself and come home in like the first week or two? Because my feet can't take it. But now we're dropping some of the weight out of our packs. We're going to slack pack a little bit more, stay in hostels a little more often so we can get some sleep as well, because I wasn't sleeping either. It's kind of giving me a renewed vision and some hope again. So just really, really looking forward to the next several weeks now, instead of honestly kind of dreading them and wondering whether I would actually make it. It looks like here in a little while there'll be plenty of berries to pick. I think it's a wild fecal flower, probably.
Oh.
Holy crap. scrambling up this thing. I'll check out the view though. But dang, that is rough. Each spot we pass, every time we get to the top of somewhere, I know this tree is in the way, the view just gets prettier and prettier. And we're not even at the focal point yet. There it is.
Hey, are you going to stay in Nilgat? Tonight we're staying at Woody. We're doing it backwards. Okay. And then we're going back to Woody. We'll stay there and then.
We are close to the first water source, and I saw we'd be passing this Freeman Trail, which is right opposite of the water source. But I have a good friend named Freeman, and so Fanny, his wife, if you are watching this, hello, and we made it to Freeman Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Starting up Blood Mountain, and we are slackpacking, which the first few steps up, see where we were there, already feels amazing. And I'm so excited to drop 20 more ounces, actually even more than that, out of my pack tomorrow. And I think we're going to take a few opportunities to slack pack as much as possible in the first few days for a few reasons. First is that it's just really enjoyable. When my pack is not weighing me down, I can actually look around and enjoy what I'm doing. Second is that whenever I am hiking uphill, I've noticed walking up here, some of these spots do get to be a little confusing because you're like, oh, which way is the trail? So it's a very good thing to have far out. With this view, it's not a bad little spot to have a snack. To get up these mountains, I had some freeze-dried bananas and strawberries, and now I'm having one of these little protein cookies and cream sandwiches. It's a gluten-free one, and I didn't expect it to be very good. And I don't know if my standards have just severely dropped over the last 4 days, but this thing is delicious. Made it to Blood Mountain Shelter, and this place is nice. Look at that. I do imagine there are probably a lot of mice in here though, I don't know. I totally missed it the first time through. My grandma, Nani, if you guys know Nani, if you've been watching the channel anytime before this, you know Nani, is absolutely nuts for burdock. And look, there's some right there. She even has my sister, Tori, and my husband on a mission. They have to go pick her up and bring her to my house to go hunting burdock while I'm gone. Look, I've got it right here. This part of the trail is much smoother and faster. We've taken a really long time to get to this point already. I think we still have like 7.5 miles left to get back. It took us 3 miles or 3 hours to get about 2.5, 3 miles because we just kept stopping and talking to everybody that went by and looking at the views. And today feels like the best hike of my life. In 4 days, the emotional roller coaster that I have been riding feels probably about the same as the ups and downs of the trail that we've been doing. Yeah, pretty amazing. right, and I do believe now we are passing a mustard green plant. So this is the other thing that Nani makes me pick all the time. I just sat down to filter the rest of my water, and look what I found. I do believe that's a lucky penny. Look at that.
I'm pretty serious, what I might do.
So today has been a bit of a roller coaster in itself, emotionally, I think, or physically. I felt freaking fantastic all the way up Blood Mountain, and then even about a mile past the other side of Blood Mountain, I felt like it was the best hike of my life. And then my legs started getting heavy, and if it were the straights and the descents, I could have kept going forever. In fact, I think my legs are getting a little bit swollen, but the extra weight and it was kind of pulling me downhill, giving me some momentum. But man, those uphills were freaking killing me. But I'm about a mile before Woody Gap. I'm at a slow pace. I'm probably averaging the whole day. I'm gonna be at about 1 mile an hour with the slack packing. But I'm getting a little bit of a second wind in this view. Check it out. Freaking gorgeous. Now back at it. We finally made it back to Woody Gap at 5:55. They're on their way to come pick us up. I think we got there at 9:03 and went about 11 miles. So do what you will with those numbers. All right, so I'm about to hop in the shower, and I told you guys my legs were swelling and swollen. And this is gonna be kind of gross, but I'm gonna show you where my sock was on my leg and what it looks like. That is where my sock was. That is where my leggings were. I'm still pretty dirty, but it is like, it doesn't look good, we'll say that. And that'll stay pretty swollen for a good while before this line starts to go away. I'm gonna do a little bit of manual lymphatic drainage after I get out of the shower, and hopefully that'll help. Tonight we're doing a turkey and sweet potato bowl. I decided not to order anything from anywhere around here since I have enough food ready. We have a food box coming tomorrow, and I still have 2 dinners and a few snacks left, and I'm giving away a lot of food. The nice thing about having it here is there's quite a few different condiments and things to spice it up, so I think I'm really gonna enjoy this.
Yeah. I had a client who got a DUI, and he was so pissed off because he drove from
It doesn't look delicious, but so far I think this is the best one I have had. Although, I mean, I've had 3 so far, but although it looks so, you know what it looks like, but it does taste pretty good. And I'm realizing how giant these servings are. Like, look at the size of this bowl. And I know I'm really hungry and I'm really low on calories throughout the day, but we'll see if I'm able to finish this. Hi, it's me from like a week in the future. I just now realized, as I'm finally getting to editing these videos, that I never finished an ending or let you know how that went. So I will happily tell you I did finish all of it. It took me like an hour and a half or 2 hours sitting around the dining room table there to actually finish all of it, but it was fabulous. I ate it, and then I went to sleep pretty much immediately after that, and I was zonked. I'll see you guys tomorrow to find out how the next day went. Good night.